What if I told you that just 3 minutes a day could take years off your face? Sounds unbelievable, right? Yet behind this simple practice lies a secret that has been quietly passed down through Japanese tradition, a method that combines not only physical technique but also the hidden powers of the mind. And to make things even more intriguing, we will connect it with the forgotten teachings of Jacobo Grinberg, a man who dedicated his life to unlocking the mysteries of human consciousness and its impact on the body. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes you will discover how an ancient Japanese approach and Grinberg's revolutionary theories come together to reveal a path to youthful vitality, a path that most people have never heard about. Think about it for a moment. Every wrinkle, every line, every trace of time on your face is not only the result of aging, but also a reflection of energy patterns stored within you. In Japan, beauty rituals are more than skin detail. They are seen as a way to realign body and spirit, restoring balance both inside and out. And Jacobo Grinberg's research tells us something strikingly similar. The mind, when trained, can alter perception, heal the body, and even reshape reality itself. What happens when you combine these two? You get a simple 3-minute daily method that could redefine how you look, and more importantly, how you feel. Now, you might be asking yourself, why haven't I heard of this before? The answer is simple. Our world is full of quick fixes, expensive creams, and invasive procedures. But what the Japanese discovered, and what Grinberg hinted at in his groundbreaking theories, is that transformation doesn't always come from the outside. It can be triggered from within, through conscious awareness and focused energy. That's why this method is not just about lifting muscles or stimulating the skin. It's about unlocking hidden pathways between your mind and your body, pathways that science is only beginning to recognize. Jacobo Grinberg's life was filled with mystery. He studied shamans in Mexico, recorded their extraordinary abilities, and proposed a daring idea that reality itself is like a lattice, a field of infinite possibilities. According to him, by tuning into this lattice, humans can influence matter, energy, and even their own physical form. When you think about that, the idea that 3 minutes of focused practice could slow down or even reverse visible aging no longer feels so far-fetched. In fact, it feels like a forgotten truth waiting to be rediscovered. But here's the catch. This is not just a beauty trick. It's a practice that demands your attention, your presence, and a willingness to engage with your own energy. In Japan, these 3 minutes are treated almost like a meditation, a sacred pause where you connect breath, touch, and awareness. And when you see how this aligns with Grinberg's teachings, the way he emphasized the power of focused consciousness, you begin to realize that the real anti-aging secret is not in a bottle, but in your mind. Your face, your skin, your very expression becomes a mirror of your inner state. Imagine looking in the mirror weeks from now and noticing not only smoother skin but also a certain glow, a lightness that no product can buy. Imagine realizing that you achieved this not by chasing after another promise of youth, but by reclaiming control over your own energy. That is the gift of this Japanese method. That is the deeper layer Jacobo Grinberg would have urged us to explore, and the best part? It takes less time than making a cup of tea. In this video, you will not only learn the practical steps of this 3-minute method, but also uncover the hidden science and spirituality behind it. You will see why ancient traditions trusted it, why modern research is beginning to confirm it, and how Grinberg's visionary ideas give it a whole new dimension. And if you stay until the end, you will walk away not just with a technique, but with a new perspective on how your mind and body are connected in ways far greater than you imagined. So welcome to Awakened Synchronicity, the space where forgotten wisdom and modern discovery meet. If you're ready to explore the mysteries of the mind, the body, and the power that lies within you, then you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe and join this journey with us, because what you are about to learn may just change not only your face, but your entire reality. Before we talk about the exact steps of the method, it's important to understand what this 3-minute Japanese method actually is. At first, it may sound like just another skincare trend, the kind of trick you might scroll past online. But the truth is, this practice has much deeper roots. It is not simply about applying cream or pulling at the skin. Instead, it brings together gentle massage, targeted facial exercises, pressure points rooted in ancient traditions, and even an element of energy work that ties back to the mysteries Jacobo Grinberg explored in his studies of consciousness. When people hear Japanese, they often think of flawless skin, timeless beauty, and disciplined rituals. That reputation did not come from chance. In Japan, beauty is not seen as vanity. It is seen as harmony, a balance between the body's natural rhythms and the spirit's energy. This is why their rituals often include slow, deliberate actions that calm the nervous system while stimulating the body. The 3-minute method is born from this philosophy. It is simple enough to practice daily, yet layered with meaning that goes far beyond appearance. At its core, the method focuses on facial massage, but unlike random rubbing or pulling, it uses precise movements along areas where muscles, nerves, and energy channels meet. In Japanese practice, these channels are known as meridians, pathways that carry life force through the body. When stimulated correctly, they not only relax facial muscles, but also improve circulation, release tension, and restore the natural glow that tends to fade as we age. What makes this fascinating is that modern science has started to confirm these effects. Researchers in Japan have studied short daily facial massages and found measurable improvements in relaxation, skin tone, and even emotional balance. But there is more. The method is not only physical, it is also mental. When you press certain points on the face while focusing your attention inward, you create a loop between mind and body. Jacobo Grinberg would describe this as tapping into the lattice of consciousness, a field where intention shapes reality. According to his theories, our thoughts are not passive. They can influence matter, even the structure of our bodies. By combining intention with touch, the 3-minute method becomes more than a cosmetic trick. It becomes a small daily ritual that reshapes both how you look and how you feel. Why 3 minutes? Because consistency is more powerful than duration. The Japanese discovered that brief but focused practice each day creates more change than occasional long sessions. This mirrors Grinberg's insight about attention. The brain responds not to scattered effort, but to repeated patterns of awareness. A few minutes each day of conscious engagement with your own face can retrain muscles, stimulate blood flow, and signal the mind to release stress. And as stress softens, so do the lines it carves on the face. The cultural roots of this method stretch back centuries. In Japan, traditions like Tanaka massage and shiatsu facial pressure points were passed down through families, often taught by elders to younger generations as a way of maintaining health and vitality. These rituals were performed not only for beauty, but also for preventing illness. The face, after all, is connected to the entire body through nerves and energy lines. Stimulating it was believed to influence the whole system. It is remarkable to see how these ancient beliefs find echoes in modern research. Studies today show that facial massage improves lymphatic drainage, reduces swelling, and even lowers anxiety by calming the autonomic nervous system. Yet the story becomes even more intriguing when we bring Jacobo Grinberg into the picture. While he did not study Japanese beauty practices directly, his work sheds new light on why they might be so effective. Grinberg believed that consciousness interacts with a hidden structure of reality, a matrix that links perception and matter. If this is true, then touching the face while focusing awareness might do more than improve circulation. It might actually reshape how your body interprets itself, creating subtle but powerful changes that accumulate over time. The Japanese method, therefore, can be seen as a bridge. On one side, practical techniques rooted in culture and science; on the other, the deeper, mysterious possibilities of the human mind. When practiced daily, these 3 minutes are not just about smoothing wrinkles, they are about aligning breath, touch, and attention in a way that reminds the body of its own vitality. Each stroke, each press of a point, is both a physical act and an energetic signal. This dual nature, physical and invisible, is what makes the method uniquely Japanese, and also why it resonates so strongly with Grinberg's theories. It is at once simple and profound, accessible yet deeply layered, waiting to be rediscovered in a modern world that often forgets the wisdom of slow, deliberate care. Who exactly was Jacobo Grinberg, and why is his name linked to a method that promises to take years off the face in only 3 minutes? To understand this, we need to step into the life of a man who was far more than a scientist. Grinberg was a Mexican neurophysiologist, born in 1946, who dedicated his life to the study of consciousness. He earned his PhD in psychophysiology and spent decades exploring what most scientists at the time ignored: the hidden capacities of the human mind. While others limited themselves to the brain as an organ, Grinberg dared to ask, what is the fabric of reality itself, and how does our awareness shape it? He traveled across Mexico to live with shamans, healers, and spiritual teachers, documenting practices that modern science could not easily explain. Some of these healers could perform what looked like miracles, sensing illness without machines, manipulating energy fields, and even influencing the body in ways that seemed impossible. Instead of dismissing these claims, Grinberg designed experiments to measure and record them. Out of this work, he proposed the synergetic theory, a revolutionary idea suggesting that all of reality is connected by an underlying field, a lattice of information and energy. According to this theory, consciousness interacts with the lattice, shaping what we perceive as matter, body, and experience. So, what does this have to do with aging, or with the Japanese method we are exploring? The connection lies in how Grinberg believed the mind could directly influence the body. If consciousness interacts with reality itself, then focused intention, awareness, and ritual could alter physical states, even something as visible as the aging of the face. That is why his name appears in the title. Not because he created the Japanese method, but because his theories give us a deeper lens to understand why such a simple practice could be powerful. Where most people see only skin and wrinkles, Grinberg invites us to see an energetic dance between body and mind, a space where renewal is possible. To appreciate this link, we need to understand what makes the face age in the first place. The most common explanation is biological. As time passes, collagen, the protein that keeps skin firm, begins to break down. Elastic fibers lose their spring, causing sagging and wrinkles. Facial muscles weaken and slacken, pulling down the structure of the skin. Blood circulation slows, which reduces oxygen and nutrient supply to skin cells. Add to this the accumulation of toxins, exposure to the sun, stress, and lifestyle choices, and the face becomes a map of time, emotion, and habit. This is the visible story of aging that we all know. But here is where Japanese research adds a new dimension. Several studies have shown that simple daily facial massage can actually change skin morphology, that is, the structure and condition of the skin itself. In trials published in respected journals like the Wiley Online Library, researchers found that massage increased blood flow, improved elasticity, and made skin look more youthful. Another body of research has focused on facial isometric exercises, which involve contracting and holding facial muscles. These studies, some of which appear in publications like SCRP, suggest that such exercises can reduce oxidative stress, promote antioxidant activity, and protect the skin against aging. In other words, science is beginning to confirm what traditional Japanese practices have long believed, that the face responds dramatically to simple, intentional stimulation. The most fascinating evidence comes from shorter interventions. A Japanese crossover trial studied the effects of just a 3-minute facial massage. The results were clear in one area. Participants reported increased psychological relaxation. Stress melted away, tension in the face and body eased, and people felt lighter after only 3 minutes. The researchers measured other factors, such as blood pressure and heart rate, and the results were not always consistent. Physiological changes were less predictable, which means this is not a miracle cure, but even the psychological benefits alone are significant. When stress decreases, the face naturally softens, lines become less pronounced, and a glow returns that no product can replicate. Of course, like any method, there are limitations. Facial massage will not erase deep wrinkles overnight. It will not replace medical treatments for serious conditions, and pressing too hard or using the wrong technique can damage delicate skin. That is why awareness, gentleness, and consistency are key. But within those boundaries, the method has real potential, both physically and psychologically. And when we frame it through Jacobo Grinberg's ideas, we begin to see how these results might be amplified. So what are the core steps of this 3-minute method? Imagine it as a short ritual you perform each day. You begin with clean hands and a calm breath. The first movement might involve pressing gently along the cheekbones, moving outward toward the temples. This stimulates circulation and releases tension held in the mid-face. Next, you could sweep along the jawline using the base of the fingers to lift upward from chin to ear, toning the muscles that hold the lower face. Then a gentle rub at the temples, small circles that not only soothe, but also connect to pressure points associated with relaxation. Finally, strokes around the eyes, lifting the skin upward with feather-light pressure, countering the downward pull that often makes us look older. 3 minutes, 4 areas, repeated daily. It may sound almost too simple, but as Grinberg would say, simplicity is where hidden power often lies. What makes these steps more than mechanical movements is the layer of awareness you bring to them. As you press, you breathe deeply. As you sweep, you imagine releasing not only tension but also stagnant energy. As you rub, you direct your attention inward, connecting to the lattice of consciousness where intention shapes form. This is where physical touch merges with energy awareness, where massage becomes meditation, and where beauty becomes a byproduct of inner harmony. Why might this work? From a purely physical perspective, the answer is clear. The movements activate facial muscles, much like a workout for the body. They stimulate blood circulation, delivering oxygen and nutrients to skin cells. They promote lymphatic drainage, reducing puffiness and clearing waste. They may even trigger the production of collagen and elastin, helping skin regain firmness. All of this has been observed in various studies, giving the practice a scientific foundation. But there is another layer, the one Grinberg's theories illuminate. When you combine physical touch with conscious awareness, something shifts. Your attention acts like a spotlight, energizing the very areas you focus on. Neuroscience has shown that focused attention changes neural pathways. Grinberg extended this to suggest it could change physical form as well. By practicing the method with presence, you are not just massaging your face. You are sending a signal through the lattice of reality, inviting your body to reorganize itself toward youthfulness and vitality. This is why some people report not just a fresher look, but a sense of peace and inner renewal. In this light, the 3-minute Japanese method is not only about appearance, it is about reclaiming the dialogue between body and mind, a dialogue that modern life often silences. Each press, each stroke, is both a physical action and a conscious affirmation. I am alive, I am present, I am renewing myself. That is where tradition meets science, and where Grinberg's daring vision meets the simple daily practice of Japanese wisdom. If you are curious about trying this 3-minute Japanese method yourself, the first thing to remember is safety. The face is delicate, and although the movements seem simple, doing them carelessly can create more harm than benefit. Always begin by washing your hands. Clean skin contact is essential because bacteria or dirt can easily lead to irritation, clogged pores, or breakouts. Many practitioners also recommend using a light oil or moisturizer. The reason is simple. When your fingers glide smoothly, you avoid pulling or dragging the skin, which in the long run prevents fine lines from worsening. Oils like jojoba or almond are often favored in Japanese beauty practices because they mimic the skin's natural oils and provide nourishment without heaviness. The second principle is pressure. Less is more. Imagine you are moving the skin just enough to encourage circulation, not forcing it. Some people mistakenly believe that the harder they press, the faster the results, but the truth is the opposite. Harsh pressure can break down the skin's elasticity and even damage tiny blood vessels underneath. Gentle, consistent strokes are what signal the muscles and skin to awaken without stress. It's about communication, not force. Another valuable tip is to practice in front of a mirror, especially when you are starting out. This helps you ensure that your movements are balanced on both sides of the face and that your expression remains soft. Many people unconsciously tense their neck or furrow their brow while concentrating on the massage. This tension can counteract the purpose of the method. By watching yourself in the mirror, you can stay mindful and keep the face relaxed, allowing the benefits to flow naturally. Timing also matters. The Japanese approach is flexible, but 2 moments of the day stand out as especially effective. The first is in the morning. Performing the method after waking up helps reduce puffiness, boost circulation, and prepare your face to face the day. The second is at night. Doing the routine before sleep creates a calming ritual, signaling the body to release the day's stress and regenerate overnight. The important part is not which time you choose, but that you remain consistent. Youthful changes do not come from a single effort. They are the result of repeated daily attention, the way drops of water slowly smooth a stone. Now let's address some of the most common mistakes and misconceptions. The biggest one is thinking of this as a magic fix. People often try the method once or twice, look in the mirror, and expect to see years erased instantly. When they don't, they abandon it. But the Japanese philosophy behind this practice emphasizes patience. It's not a trick, it's a discipline. The changes come gradually, in harmony with the body's natural rhythms. Another mistake is pressing too hard. As we said earlier, forceful movements may stretch the skin or leave it bruised. Over time, this can do more harm than good. The key is to stimulate, not punish the skin. Think of it as whispering encouragement rather than shouting commands. Ignoring the bigger picture of skin health is also a common oversight. The 3-minute method works best as part of a lifestyle. If someone massages daily but ignores basic habits like protecting the skin from the sun, staying hydrated, or eating a balanced diet, the results will be limited. The skin reflects what happens inside the body. Restful sleep, clean nutrition, and stress management amplify the effects of facial massage far more than pressure alone. Some people also fall into the trap of comparing this method to medical interventions like Botox or surgery. It's important to understand the difference. Botox freezes muscles, surgery cuts and reshapes. Those approaches can produce instant dramatic changes, but they come with risks, costs, and often an unnatural look. The Japanese method, on the other hand, is natural, non-invasive, and gradual. Its results are subtle, enhancing your natural features rather than altering them. This is not about becoming someone else. It is about allowing your face to return to the balance it once had. If you practice with dedication, what can you expect over time? In the first week, the changes are mostly about sensation. Many people notice a feeling of smoothness and mild tightening in their skin. It's less about visible difference and more about how the face feels from within. By the 3rd or 4th week, the changes begin to show. Small sagging around the mouth or cheeks may appear lifted. The jawline might feel firmer. The glow of circulation starts to reflect in the mirror. After 8 to 12 weeks, consistent practitioners often see visible differences. Lines appear softer, puffiness reduced, contours more defined. The transformation is not sudden but steady, like watching the seasons change. Let's imagine an example. Picture Maria, a woman in her mid-40s who decided to try the 3-minute routine. At first, she felt skeptical. She had tried creams and serums before, with little to no change, but she committed to the practice every night, using gentle upward strokes and breathing deeply as she massaged. After 2 weeks, she noticed her skin felt smoother, though the mirror showed little change. By the end of the first month, her co-workers began to comment that she looked rested. At 2 months, her jawline looked sharper, and the puffiness around her eyes was noticeably less. Maria's experience demonstrates not instant magic, but the quiet power of consistency. However, it is important to recognize that not everyone will have the same results. Factors such as age, skin type, lifestyle, and genetics all play a role. For some, the changes may be striking. For others, they may be subtle. This is why the practice should be seen not as a guarantee, but as an opportunity. It is a chance to create a ritual of self-care, one that nourishes both the face and the mind. Even if the physical changes vary, the relaxation, the sense of presence, and the connection with oneself are benefits that every practitioner can experience. This is where Jacobo Grinberg's insights shine through again. He taught that perception shapes reality, and that attention has the power to reorganize experience. When you massage your face with mindful presence, you are not just working on muscles and skin. You are sending signals through the lattice of consciousness, signals that may influence how your body responds and regenerates. For some, this influence shows up quickly in the mirror. For others, it shows up more subtly, in the way they carry themselves, in the calm they radiate, in the light that returns to their eyes. The real value of the 3-minute Japanese method lies in this combination of the physical and the invisible. Clean hands, gentle strokes, and consistent practice form the foundation. Avoiding mistakes like harsh pressure or unrealistic expectations keeps the process safe. Over weeks and months, the visible results build gradually. But the hidden dimension, the way presence, breath, and intention interact with the body, adds a layer that science is only beginning to understand. And it is precisely this dimension that Grinberg urged us to explore. So when you take those 3 minutes, you are doing more than massaging your face. You are engaging in a dialogue between your body and your consciousness. You are creating a daily act of renewal that respects both tradition and science, both matter and mind. And while the mirror may reflect smoother skin and sharper contours, the deeper reflection happens inside. A reminder that you are not bound by time in the way you once believed. In just 3 minutes a day, you have the chance to do something extraordinary for yourself. Think about that for a moment. 3 minutes is less time than it takes to make a cup of tea, less time than scrolling through a handful of posts on your phone, yet it may hold the power to change not only how your face looks, but how you feel inside. What we have explored together is not a complicated system, not an expensive product, and not a procedure that demands risk. It is a natural, simple practice rooted in the wisdom of Japanese tradition and supported by modern scientific insight. We began by understanding that aging on the face is not only about time, it is about loss of circulation, weakening of muscles, and the way stress and energy patterns leave their marks. This is why a method that engages both the body and the mind can be so effective. Massage, pressure points, mindful breathing. Each of these has its own benefits. But when combined with attention and intention, as Jacobo Grinberg's theories suggest, the effect can ripple deep. The skin brightens, the muscles strengthen, the circulation improves, and perhaps even more importantly, the inner self begins to shift. This is why the 3-minute method is so valuable. It is not just about vanity, not just about chasing youth. It is about reconnecting with yourself, about giving your body the signal that you care for. It's about remembering that change is always possible, no matter your age. And the best part is that it does not demand hours of your day. It asks only for consistency, for a small daily commitment that grows in power the more often it is repeated. So here is my invitation to you. Try it for 30 days, 3 minutes each day, no more, no less. Do it gently, do it mindfully, and do it with the awareness that each touch is a message to your body and your mind. Then at the end of those 30 days, look in the mirror, not just at your skin, not just at your jawline, but at your whole expression. Notice how you feel, how your eyes look, how your energy has shifted. You may be surprised by what you find. And I want you to share that journey with us. In the comments below, write about your experience. Did you notice changes in the first week? Did friends or family comment after a month? Or did you simply feel calmer, more present, more at peace in yourself? Your story might inspire someone else to take those same 3 minutes, and together we create a circle of transformation rooted in tradition, science, and awareness. If this video resonated with you, if you feel curious to try this method and want to continue exploring other forgotten secrets of the mind and body, then make sure to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you join a community that believes in conscious growth, in the wisdom of the past, and in the science of today. Click the like button if you found value here, and share this video with someone you care about, someone who might need a gentle reminder that renewal is within reach. 3 minutes a day. That is all it takes to begin. The method is simple, the science is clear, and the tradition is profound. But the decision is yours. Will you choose to give those minutes to yourself? Will you choose to believe, even for a short while, that youth and vitality are not lost, but waiting to be awakened? The answer lies in your hands, in your breath, and in the next 30 days. Thank you for watching and for being part of this journey with us at Awakened Synchronicity. Your presence here matters. Now it is time to take action for your face, for your mind, and for the reality you want to shape. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And remember, change begins not in years, but in minutes.